Buenos dias. Welcome to Women's Wednesday. We're on Cal Poly time today. It's 8:36, and every class at Cal Poly starts 7 minutes after the other. So welcome. Still a Cal Poly time. It's no deal. Just ignore it. We're momming it so hard this morning. We had technical difficulties with some StreamYard. So welcome to Women's Wednesday. Lindsay Sumter with my lovely compadre, Senorita, Miss Sammy Jo Smith. Good morning.
Happy last day of January, everybody.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
It. I know. I got a little early on the pink Valentine's Day theme, but
it says love.
Oh, look at that. I'm going to drink my coffee like this today because this was my only option this morning and it's fine, but
the devil caught me this morning with the Starbucks.
If you guys are joining us, say hello in the comments. Let us know what your drink of choice is this morning. And we're just going to talk some Women's Rodeo World Championship today. It's been a minute, and we've got a lot happening.
We do, and I know it doesn't seem like we've kind of let you guys all in on everything that we've been working on, but I feel like we've just been like the little engine that could, like, I think we can, we think we can, we think we can. And then finally, there's been some logistics that have happened with Cowtown Coliseum and Will Rogers and everything. And so finally, we pretty much, hi, Trisha. Finally, we pretty much have an idea about, or we don't have an idea. We have an idea. We know exactly when everything is going to be. We know when Cowgirl Gathering is going to be. We know when we're going to be, and we know where we're going to be at. So we're going to talk a little bit about schedule today, and then we're going to talk about some cool things that we have kind of started to develop, working with different partners and different events with some women's packages, and some of you might have seen them already. And then we'll talk a little bit about some promotions, because it's always a good thing when people get promoted, and kind of just explain a little bit about where that comes from and why we do that. So, Sammy Jo.
Yeah, let's kick it off just by reviewing Women's Rodeo World Championship week, all the things that you guys should be asking for time off now, planning to be there. It's really May 9th is when the Cowgirl Gathering starts, all the way through the 19th. Cowgirl Gathering, let's just switch screens really quick. If you see here, their event is the 9th through the 12th. It will be the barrel race, the breakaway, the team roping will all be at Will Rogers Coliseum. I know that their team is working hard right now on getting the flyers out, all the information. But what's so cool about our relationship with the Cowgirl Gathering this year is their open events serve as our last chance qualifier. But it's better than that, right, Lindsay? We're offering this bundled package. You're going to save $175 in retail with nominations for the open and the side pot, the last chance qualifier, and a qualifier series event for 2025. So Cowgirl Gathering, we understand that this does overlap with Rodeo Corpus Christi. We are bummed about that. But for those that can make it to Cowgirl Gathering, especially if you don't qualify to Women's Rodeo World Championship, this is the place to be May 9th through the 12th.
And really the biggest thing to think about with all of that, and with Corpus Christi and Kid Rock Rodeo, I mean, there's so many different moving parts and elements now. We want to do the best that we can to try to help every cowgirl that we can, to get to Women's Rodeo World Championship. But we do only take the top 20 in the Challenger and the Pro on the leaderboards. So there's still time. It's January. I mean, technically it's still January, but it's almost February. There's a lot of events that are happening. There's a lot of jackpots. There's a lot of really good rodeos and jackpots happening kind of throughout the country. And get those nominated to help you get into the top 20 in the Challenger, top 20 in the Pro. Those are the ladies that qualify. If you don't get qualified, then you do have the opportunity for the last chance qualifier. And with that package, it really does give you a lot of bang for your buck, really, when it comes down to it. And thank you to the Cowgirl Gathering for partnering with us and allowing us to give that opportunity to a lot of ladies. In the past, you've had to have had at least one point on the leaderboard. And this year we're going to open the doors a little bit more and just allow anybody to enter that last chance qualifier package deal. Like she said, it gives you a nomination to the entire Cowgirl Gathering event. So like if you're in the breakaway, it gives you a nomination to the breakaway. It gives you a nomination to the side pot. It gives you a chance for the last chance qualifier to get qualified to Women's Rodeo World Championship. And that's all dependent on how many ladies enter is how many ladies that we take. There's a scale on that. And then it does give you a chance for the qualifier series spot for 2025. So much within those package deals that we're kind of offering, especially with the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, and before we move on from the Cowgirl Gathering, you can see their website here at the bottom, cowgirlgathering.com. What's awesome, too, is APHA, they offer an essence exchange, which is a great workshop for cowgirls that want to network and hear some influential leaders. Lindsay spoke at it last year, Fanchon Stinger. They had a real great list of leaders that just want to help and offer that networking opportunity. So check out the Essence Exchange. They also did a fashion show, which was in Stockyard Station under by the train tracks. It was really cool how they had it all set up. They also do a really cool inside of the APHA building, like a art show. So again, a lot of things going on May 9th through the 12th with Cowgirl Gathering, and it just rolls right into Women's Rodeo World Championship starting May 13th.
Yeah, so if we can go to our schedule, once the Women's Rodeo World Championship starts on Monday, May the 13th, we start with round one competition. Actually, we kick it off with our back number ceremony, and we start with that and kind of celebrate you ladies before the rodeo starts. Then May 13th, we have round one. The 14th, we have round two. The 15th, we have the semifinals, and we will crown our world champions who have, been grinding it out throughout the entire year, nominating events and trying to get on the top of the leaderboard. So the 15th, we will crown our world champions. The 16th, we will have our showdown round for the team roping and breakaway, because after that semifinals round, we will know the top 12 barrel racers who will qualify to AT&T. So and like we've said before, we're here for the athletes and we're here for the horses, and we listened, and the ladies in the barrel racing didn't want to run their horses back to back. So we got you, girl. Don't worry. So we'll know who's going to go to AT&T for May the 18th, after that, May the 15th. So it'll give your horse a little bit of rest, kind of catches air before we go to the championship round at AT&T Stadium with barrel racing. And then on the 16th is the showdown round for the team roping and breakaway, which will tell us who the top three and in the team roping and the breakaway are, who will go to AT&T on the 19th. And weirdly, we're missing the 17th on that schedule, because the 17th, I would say the WCRA, the PBR, and I don't know, this guy, it's so funny to hear
Kid Rock
generation not know who Kid Rock is. Like Kid Rock. And I'm like, what?
How do you not know?
I don't know who Kid Rock is, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess some people not knowing who Bob Dylan is, or the Rolling Stones or something. I guess, I don't know. It's so weird to me because there's so many like young, because I hang out with college kids, right? And I don't know who Kid Rock is. Okay.
Exactly.
The PBR, the WCRA, and Kid Rock are having just a little rodeo, no big deal, at AT&T on the 17th. So that's why there's a little gap in the schedule for Women's Rodeo World Championship. And if anybody is interested in that, they have a Kid Rock socials and PBR and WCRA, and feel free to reach out to us, because we are, we're all a big family when it comes to any of these, big, I don't know, just events that we are trying to put together to celebrate athletes. And it's kind of a cool new concept with the teams. And Bobby Moat is our head coach for the free riders. I'm the assistant coach, and we are going to take whoever wins first and second at Corpus Christi will be who's on our team. All of the other athletes will be drafted for the other teams in that draft. I think today, well, actually, you have to declare for the draft if you want to be drafted, and they extended it a little bit, but go ahead and get your draft deal and look at my social or any of the coaches' social if you're interested in any of that. But women's,
yes,
it's
a big week
at AT&T as well, so it's kind of awesome.
Big week of a lot happening. We will have more details coming soon, offering the athletes competing with us opportunities to watch the Kid Rock Rodeo. Hopefully, most of you will be competing in it. But definitely, we are working out those logistics now on how all of you can come and either watch or participate. So yeah, don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions about that. I'm going to reshare our website, wrwc.rodeo. This is the event info tab. Here is again where you can find schedule and events. You can read the ground rules, which we always encourage you guys. Oh, sorry, first page here, ground rules. Very important. I think it's also important, Lindsay, we just really quickly talk about why if you see or saw the Triple Crown of Rodeo, it is being removed from our graphics from the website. And for those that went to Stampede at the Ian Guthrie, you heard Bobby at the athlete meeting talk about kind of the future plans of the Triple Crown of Rodeo. Stephanie Fryer, whoop whoop, got her second consecutive win in Guthrie. She's now going to fight for her spot at Rodeo Corpus Christi, and in May go and try to win that third spot. Stephanie is our final Triple Crown contender for WCRA. Bobby did a really good job just explaining how, the goal of WCRA has always been for the athlete and to put more money in the athlete's pockets. And with this Kid Rock Rodeo opportunity and some of the other bonuses WCRA is working on, they really want to put that money in a place where it benefits more people. So you will see the Triple Crown of Rodeo be removed, and we're just going to cheer Stephanie on through Corpus and hope that she gets that $1 million bonus.
What's funny is Stephanie has been part of the WCRA and Women's Rodeo World Championship. I would dare to say probably from the beginning, but I think that she has won second at major events like 3 times, because I know she was like second at Cowtown Christmas. She's won second so many times. So kind of a Cinderella story. Her and Frank are so fun to watch. They're legitimately one of my favorite teams to watch because that horse is so special. He's so smart and he's so talented. And he will, I say all the time on the telecast, like he will run on concrete if you make him, or if you ask him to, because he trusts her so much, and stand up and just handle every element. So it's pretty fun to see, there's not a cowgirl that has worked her entire life harder to try to get to that level of being able to win $1 million like that. So good on you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Steph, we're cheering for you, and we hope it works out. Yeah, I think it's so cool, and I can't wait to be in Corpus and see it. So
yeah. So back to the website. If you're brand new here and you're like, man, how do I get to this $750,000 Women's Rodeo World Championship? You start out by being 13 years of age or older, a biological female that competes in barrel racing, breakaway roping, heading, and heeling. There are 3 ways to qualify. The first way is by nominating. So if you go to app.wcrarodeo.com and you create yourself a login, you can nominate the events that you go to and earn points to be on the top 20 of the leaderboard by April 14th, 2024. We've got a great team of field reps that explain the nomination process, can help you learn more and kind of get comfortable nominating. But we separate, like Lindsay said, pros and challengers. If you're in the top 20 as of April 14th, you've guaranteed yourself a spot to women's. If you've earned a qualifier series generic qualification, More information about that's here on our website. We actually have 3 events remaining. The Mardi Gras Classic Team Roping, February 17th, the Busy Bee Stone Oak Barrel Bash the weekend of February 23rd, and then the Amarillo All-Girl Team Roping March 16th. Kenna Francis is working on a flyer for that March 16th event. There are flyers out already for the Mardi Gras Classic and Busy Bee. So definitely you're going to want to go to those events. If you're the highest placing nominated pro or challenger from those events, regardless of if you're in the top 20 of the leaderboard or not, you guarantee yourself a spot into women's.
So
and then Lindsay, will you talk about the third?
Even though it's a qualifier series, you still have to nominate because we take the highest nominated cowgirl because it's not a built-in nomination in the entry fee. So don't forget that. Just because it is a qualifier series doesn't mean you don't have to nominate. You have to nominate in order to get your spot.
Exactly. You have to nominate on top of your entry fee. Yep. And then Lindsay, that third wave, the last chance qualifier.
So last chance qualifier. If you are not at Corpus Christi, you have the chance to enter the last chance qualifier in conjunction with Cowgirl Gathering. So Cowgirl Gathering is the 9th through the 12th at Will Rogers in Fort Worth, Texas. So right there, we're all going to be stalled together. Everything, it's going to try to be as convenient as possible for all the cowgirls to have that entire week. You could take off that entire week of work and kind of 3 birds with 1 stone kind of situation. Enter the Cowgirl Gathering, enter the last chance qualifier side pot. That entering that side pot will get you into the last chance. It's just a side pot. So don't worry. You don't have to rope more calves. You don't have to run your horse anymore. It's a side pot situation where you enter that side pot. It gives you your last chance qualification opportunity. It gives you a nomination to the entire Cowgirl Gathering. It gives you a nomination to the side pot, and it gives you a chance for the 2025 qualifier series that we have with Cowgirl Gathering. So you could potentially be the first person to be qualified for Women's Rodeo World Championship 2025.
Yeah, we're so excited about this, you guys. And I think some of you have been paying attention and saw that we kind of soft launched these women's packages. We are getting so excited to make some bigger announcements for 2025 of launching and really scaling these women's packages opportunities. So what we're doing here is bundling a nomination for the open at whether you're going to a barrel race, a breakaway, a team roping. We also pay a side pot on site, and you get a nomination for that side pot payout. And so by just giving you guys that opportunity, you don't have to go into the VRQ and nominate these events. You just go with your entry in Next Gen, enter the women's package, and you get everything for the price of one. So we do plan to release more details around that. And ESA is our first official launch. They have, for the barrel racers, events happening February 2nd through April 14th. And those of you that become a member of ESA, you enter these women's packages. We're actually going to give one final QS spot from that leaderboard. So if you earn women's points, we'll create a leaderboard, and the highest point earner in the pro and challenger from those ESA events will earn the final barrel racing qualifier spots. And so, yeah, Lindsay, what are your thoughts on all that?
I just think we sit around and we kind of think about how we can make it more cost effective for you as contestants and me as a contestant and Sammy Joe as a contestant, because we know it's hard, and we know it's hard to push the button to nominate thinking, like, gosh, this is just my kind of quote unquote entry fee to try to get me to Women's Rodeo World Championship, because, we don't have an entry fee once you get there. But when you look at these side pots, they're a chance to win some money right then. They're a chance to get almost double points in the fact that you're going to get points if you place in the main roping or barrel race, and then you can get points within the side pot as well, and money. So we're really just trying to work on how we can make it more cost effective for our athletes and kind of really get more bang for your buck. And working with ESA, it has really just helped us to understand that, especially in the barrel race, the concept of a side pot is pretty just common, right? They have, I mean, I've seen races where they have a helmet side pot. Like if you wear a helmet, you can enter the side pot. Boom, there's another chance for money. So I always say nominating is kind of like doubling down, and I think this is just another chance to double down. Your fuel's already there. Your stalls are already there. Your truck and trailer, you already put the miles on all of that. Go ahead and enter that side pot and get more bang for your buck, because none of us go anywhere not knowing that, not having the goal in mind to win. So when you think about all of these things, it's just another way to win more money, to get more points, to get more chances to get to Women's Rodeo World Championship. Because, I mean, we talk about it a lot, but I think that it gets kind of lost in the wash a little bit, that $750,000 is divided in between all of the disciplines, $183,000 in the heading and the heeling. There is no bigger all-girl roping anywhere in the country than Women's Rodeo World Championship. So women team ropers, I mean, take note a little bit and pay attention, because 183,000 in the heading, 183,000 in the there's just a lot of chance for money, especially, in that team roping. But in the barrel racing, 183,000. In the breakaway roping, 183,000. If you told me you had a chance to go to a roping that had that much money added, or a barrel race that had that much money added, I'd be pretty excited to get to it. But it's just a cool chance. Jimmy Joe Montero had a article in Cowgirl magazine, or what was it in?
Yeah, Cowgirl magazine.
Cowgirl magazine, talking about how Women's Rodeo World Championship has an NFR feel for her, and that's her NFR. She's one of the best female healers kind of out there, in my opinion. And it was cool to have her say that, because that is our goal, is to make this week of Women's Rodeo World Championship, with the Cowgirl Gathering, with the PBR World Finals, this week where you can be celebrated, this week where you can have something to do every day. We have a partnership with the Cowgirl Hall of Fame there in Fort Worth, and we do so much great stuff with them. And then, you add in all of these different elements that the PBR Finals in Fort Worth has to it. And it's just cool to be able to know that you can go there, you can shop, you can see some fashion shows, you can see, listen to female ladies talk, you can maybe see some clinics. There's all these things that we're trying to put together for everybody. So we work really hard to try to get some cool stuff for everybody. So hopefully you like it. And that's just kind of my spiel. I feel like I talked a long time right there. Sorry, Sandra.
No, it's okay. And so yeah, more details to come. Definitely check out our website. Lindsay and I will continue to keep you all updated as those events grow. And, again, I guess last thing on those women's packages is we do plan to offer those to our alliances that are using Next Gen for their entries, just because simultaneously it makes sense for those women's packages to work through that entry program for us. So if you guys are producers or have friends that are producers that are interested, definitely have them reach out to us. Again, I'll put our email there that they can send a note to, and we'd love to talk to them. So
yeah, and Next Gen is another one of those situations that I don't think that we talk about enough, because they are a sister company to Women's Rodeo World Championship and WCRA and everything that we kind of have going. So really, the development that they have of the technology that they're trying to implement throughout kind of across industry wide, honestly, it's not just in the barrel race, it's not just in the roping. Like, they're trying to really work as hard as they can to develop so much cool technology for rodeo in general, and especially on the production side. So if you have any producers that are maybe having a hard time with their spreadsheets and having a hard time, with the payouts and all of these things, Next Gen is there to help. And they are really working hard to help us to develop these packages to make it easier for you guys to get your nominations and make sure that you're not doubling, nominating double on an event and all of that some stuff. So it's pretty cool that we have the opportunity to use some cool technology too.
Absolutely. So for those that are still hanging in with us, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. And I think the final thing we wanted to touch on is the verifications of challengers have been completed. January 15th, we reviewed everybody that was classified as a challenger to see if their earnings had exceeded the amounts to be promoted to pro. And so congratulations to those that have been out there winning money and killing it in the game. We're proud of you and excited to see you move up and compete as pros. But now that means where you are, whether pro or challenger, this is where you stay now until the leaderboard closes April 14th and we start Women's Rodeo World Championship May 13th. So if you have any questions about your classification, don't hesitate to reach out to us. But again, congratulations.
Yeah, and it's cool. And sometimes, it's almost a double-edged sword to be winning. And that's just like the cool and the bad part about it. And there's so much opportunity for money and everybody has so much talent. I mean, I don't know if you watched the rodeo last night, but Danielle Lohman was 1-6 at Fort Worth. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Which she does that. She did it. She broke the record at women's too. So, I mean, that's just Danielle Lohman. So congratulations to Danielle for stellar
go,
run
girl.
last night. But it is a cool thing to get promoted, and it is cool because it knows you're winning, and you know that your ability is where it needs to be, and it's really just for the integrity of the challenger and the pro, and we really want to make sure, just a little backstory behind all of this. We used to do quarterly updates, and that was really hard because it didn't allow, if you got promoted, to continue on the leaderboard to get you to that spot in the top 20 to get to Women's Rodeo World Championship. So we adapted that and gave it to the 1 year not promotions and all of that. But when I was able to compete when I wasn't commissioner at women's, I know that one of the years that I was there was ladies that were in the challenger that started, because it used to be a year-long race. Once you started as a challenger, you were a challenger for that whole year. Well, there were some ladies that had qualified to the breakaway NFR who were still in the challenger. So we didn't find that was, I don't want to say fair.
Funny enough, Danielle was one of those. Not to call her out.
But just to keep the integrity of the challenger and the pro, to make sure that we, try to keep the playing field as even as possible. And that's really the reason for going through and just verification on everybody's, status and their where they're at on the leaderboard, and if they're a challenger and pro. And we just want to make sure that it's as fair as possible to everyone. And
Yep.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's like that. It's not to try to do anything to anybody, but it's really an awesome thing when you get promoted. So congratulations, like we said, to all those ladies, because you guys are so amazing with your abilities, and from barrel racers to breakaway ropers to team ropers, it's pretty cool to know that you're moving up in your ability, no matter your age or where you're at. So congratulations.
Yeah. Well, that's it for Women's Wednesday. We are so glad those of you that could join us live, share this video for us, help spread the word, get out there and nominate, get in that top 20. There's also the benefits of being in the top 4 and getting seated into the competition, getting a hotel if you're number 1, getting a stall if you're number 2 through 4. So definitely check out our website, WRWC.rodeo. And reach out to our team if you guys have any questions. Final thoughts, Lindsay?
Have a awesome Women's Wednesday. Cheers. Didn't get your Valentine's ready, if everybody. You can send them to Sammy Joe and I. We really like Valentine's too.
All right, everybody. Have a good day.
Have a good day.